Gentleman on the left, my left first. Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Adil Kumar, once again from College Yayasan UEM. Okay, I would like to direct this question to all the three panelists out there. Okay, we have talked quite a lot about subsidies today. Now, John F. Kennedy once said, "Ask not what the country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." Sadly though, we Malaysians have not adapted that culture yet. You know, day in and day out we seem to ask the question, what has the government done for us? Rather than what we have contributed to the country. So, I would like to ask all of you, what is your opinion on the factor that has led to this problem? Why is it we Malaysians are still adopting this culture? Where is the mistake? And the second question is, now having learned that Petronas may run out of income in the next 2 decades, has the government done any specific measures to overcome that? Find another source of income that could actually be sustainable for the country's development further than the 2 decades to come. Thank you very much. My gentleman on the right.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andrew Yoshin. I'm undergoing the Economics and Accounting degree program. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a few months back or last month, the government says we face inflation together, and there will be a 10% reduction of the minister entertainment allowance only to the three YD here. Do you agree with this statement? Second, Mr. Curry, you say about there will be the windfall tax will benefit us. Do remember we have an independent tax agent help them in tax exemption. Remember that. And third, the both YD, Tony Kwan and Mr. Curry used to study in Singapore. Why can't we always compare us with them? We are the chaos reason, so we can improve and make the country better. This question is answered by this morning, Bank Director. Thank you very much.
Okay, on the first question, ask not what you do, what the country can do for you, but what you do for the country. I think the three of us here, I dare say, on your behalf, have taken a step to take part in the country's political system and to hope to effect some changes from the government system instead of waiting for changes to happen to us. So I think all of us have made our relevant bits of sacrifices, some more than others. And we hope to make some changes. And I think it's not enough for three of us up here to have taken the necessary step. I think one of the biggest reasons why I'm very, very keen to be here is to really meet the future generation who will hopefully step in our shoes so that I can inspire. Knowing that I expect another 10 or 20 people to join politics on either side of the fence. We need more capable leaders on either side of the fence to make our Malaysia's two-party democratic political system a better system for everyone. Measures to reduce dependence on the petroleum. I think in that aspect, this deserves another lecture, but I'll just briefly touch on it. I do not think that we are doing enough to replace petroleum income in the future. There's been a lot of emphasis on human capital in our government's budget, in our 9 Malaysian plan, but I personally do not see the qualitative aspects of it taking place in the country. We do not feel the increase in the improvements in human capital here. I think there's a lot to be done still in that space. And as for Singapore, without trying to sound like a Singapore clone, I think we need to learn whatever we can from the economic aspects of Singapore's administration and try not to learn too much from its political system.
Thank you very much. First question from Andrew. They quoted the famous quote from Jack Kennedy. Jack's younger brother, Bobby, said, "People look at things as they are and ask why. I look at things that never were and ask why not." So in that same spirit, I'd like you to look at things that have never been, that can be, and ask why we can't get there. The subsidy is a case in point. We've always looked at it and say, you know, the subsidy is there, why do we have it? Because we need to help people. But this government, for once, looked at things and said, why not? Why not now, for once? In our country's history, do we not break away from the culture of subsidy, the Tongkat mentality, to make sure that this economy can be resilient in the future? And that's what we've done. That's why we're experiencing Petronas, source of income. Yes, we're overly reliant on Petronas, but for as long as we do have Petronas, it's incumbent upon us to support Petronas to increase their income. That's why we can't take every single cent from Petronas. That's why Petronas has to reinvest about 30% of its earnings in exploration. It has to go to Sudan, it has to go to Iran, it has to go to Kyrgyzstan, it has to go to all these towns to make sure that it finds more fuel. Because one day, all our oil wells, whether it's the Natuna oil fields off Brunei, whether it's the Ambalat oil fields that was contested with Indonesia, these are all going to dry up. And one day we'll have to survive without oil fields in Malaysia. That's why they're out there trying to increase revenue. And the other thing is we have to increase other forms of earnings for the economy. Now, Tony mentioned earlier about human capital. The other thing that we are addicted to, and this is another subsidy mentality, is foreign labor. Just as much as we're addicted to subsidy, we are also addicted to foreign labor. Foreign labor suppresses wages, so we think we're very competitive, but we're not really competitive because the products that are made in Malaysia are being made by Rakib Fakrul from Dhaka, Bangladesh, who's based in Malaysia. So it's not really giving us any competitiveness in terms of, it's giving us a false sense of competitiveness, but not any real sense of competitiveness. Previously, foreign labor used to be in plantations. And then slowly they crept into our factories. Today, if you go to Hilton Hotel, the person serving you is not Malaysian. If you go to a restaurant, the person serving you is not Malaysian. He's probably a Nepalese. So this whole addiction to foreign labor is another structural adjustment, as painful as it may sound, that we have to undertake in the next 2 to 3 years. Finally, Andrew just now, a lot of questions, very impressive. I didn't understand it.